Wave Listen to Me Volume 7 Review. Please note that this review contains spoilers from Volume 7 of Wave Listen to Me. Wave Listen to Me is a series by mangaka Hiroyaki Samura which centers on Minari Koda, an almost 30-year-old woman struggling with her personal issues and frustrations, who happens upon circumstances which lead to her becoming a popular radio personality. Volume 6 deals with the aftermath of getting involved with the bizarre cult and Mizuho being given the opportunity to work in the upcoming week's programming, because of Minari's unorthodox interviewing and radio hosting methods. Their hunt for a long story brings the duo to the household of a family whose son Junichi is shut in and won't come out of his room. His mother seems to tell a Halasia's fair opinion on the matter, but it is revealed that his sister Eriko was actually the one who reached out under the guise of her mother as a cry for help. Naturally, Minari takes a direct approach and just kicks his bedroom door down in his attempt to confront the reclusive siblings, who immediately mouths off. But the scenario soon unfolds through the uncanny doll in the room. It seems that Junichi had a close bond of his adopted younger sister before the unfortunate accident which has left the family fractured. He has shut in, and his adopted mother offered to cheer for the obvious of the world around her. This behavior being implicated as a copying mechanism of sorts. What is perhaps a knowing wink to the reader, Minari declares in the aftermath of the first visit that it's shaping up to be a long arc, musing and how the two have essentially been tasked with fixing this family problems. Mizuho also feels a strain confronting her mentor Koreko, with some prompting from Chishiro about her shut-in rehab segments and the struggles they're facing. Another storyline that pops up in this volume is a return for Hiromi, Sakini his mom. We're a part of the cold scene of the previous volume. The two are initially squatting in Minari's unused apartment, and the other mother uses the illicit photos taken of her and Hiromi to blackmail her into letting them stay. Hiromi is only 16 and remembers nothing to the truth, making the situation more difficult. With Junichi refusing to cooperate, Minari and Mizuho decide to take unorthodox measures to get him to open up, determined to get the good story. Thanks to Koreko's encouragement and recruiting Hiromi to pose as the younger sister he misses and hunt him from outside the apartment complex at night, he eventually gets a better insight into the familiar situation. Junichi has been worrying that, due to his sole connection to the family being Zhuang, his late father, they will cast him, and if their mother remarried, wanting a rebellion sorts to deter this from happening. Before this can be explored further, the story takes a very unexpected turn when an earthquake occurs, throwing everyone out of balance at the radio station. And are released at the scene near the apartments. Otohiro Hiroaki Samura mentions in his Afterworld that the inclusion was based on the then recent Hokkaido Eastern Ibori earthquake, and that he added a story detail about being assured by his editor and to could make it work from a narrative perspective. His depiction of the event is quite airy, especially in showcasing how a natural disaster could cause devastation so quickly, but show how the team of Moiwayama radio station reacted to the situation as there are major power outages, and we get introduced to a new character, Kayano Hirose, who works as a broadcaster, giving the important updates of the earthquake and passing on the grave news of the aftermath to listeners. This is where Volume 7 ends with the aftermath in full effect. It was certainly not the story direction I was expecting to see. The setup of Volume 8 also sees Mizuho pledging help for confused Hiromi, who ended up at Junichi's apartment in the last-ditch effort to get him out of the house, only to be injured when the earthquake hit. We also have Maki potentially turning away from Voyager to pursuing a writer career in TV, which has been discussed when the earthquake hit. Overall, Volume 7 engaged thanks to his story of the family's personal struggles intended to be resolved by Minari and Mizuho, but it's a conclusion of the earthquake story near the conclusion which made for a more engaging read, leaving me eager to see how the characters will come and deal with the situation. 8 over 10.